special interests and politicians who will say anything and do anything to protect things just the way they are. Over the last 4 years, the status quo in Washington has fought us every step of the way. Spent millions to try to stop us from reforming health care. Spent millions trying to stop us from reforming Wall Street. They engineered a strategy of gridlock in Congress, refusing to compromise on ideas that it used to be Democrats and Republicans supported in the past. And what they're counting on now is you're going to be so fed up, so worn down by all the arguing, so tired of all the dysfunction, that you'll just give up. You'll walk away. Go ahead and make all the decisions.
No, we won't.
In other words, their bet's on cynicism. Ohio, my bet's on you.
Yeah!
My hope is with you. My fight is for you. And that is not a partisan statement. You know, when the other party's been willing to work with me to help middle-class families and working families, I love to work with them. They helped cut middle-class taxes and small business taxes. We came together. We had Republicans who helped us repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I respect that. I will work with anybody of any party to move this country forward. But if you want to end the gridlock in Congress, you'll vote for leaders like Sherrod Brown, Joyce Boutin, who will put Americans first, not elections first. But you know what we can't do? Is give up on our principles. There's some things that we do have to fight for.
Yeah.
There's some things that we've got to fight for. You know, we've got to make sure that, you know, if the price of peace in Washington is cutting deals that are going to kick students off of financial aid, get rid of funding for Planned Parenthood, let insurance companies discriminate against people with pre-existing conditions, or eliminate health care for millions on Medicaid who are poor or elderly or disabled, that's not a price I'm willing to pay.
Yes.
That's my partisanship. That is my change. That's surrender to the same status quo that's hurt middle-class families for way too long. In Ohio, I'm not ready to give up on the fight. I've got a whole lot of fight left in me, and I hope you do too. They'll always have access and influence. That's the way things are. We understand that. The people who need a champion are the Americans whose letters I read late at night. The men and women I meet on the campaign trail every day. The laid-off worker who's having to go back and retrain at the age of 55 at a community college. She needs a champion.
Yeah.
The restaurant owner who's got some great food but needs a loan to expand after the bank turned him down. He needs a champion.
Yeah.
The cooks and waiters and cleaning staff working overtime in a Columbus hotel trying to save enough to buy a first home or send their kids to college, they need a champion. The auto worker who's back on the job filled with pride and dignity of building a great car, he needs a champion.
That's right.
The teacher in an overcrowded classroom having to dig into her own pocket to buy school supplies, but shows up every day believing in her students. She needs a champion. All those kids in inner cities and small farm towns, in these Ohio valleys, or the rolling hills of Virginia, somewhere in Jersey, somewhere in Brooklyn, maybe even a kid in Hawaii. Kids dreaming of becoming scientists or doctors, engineers or entrepreneurs, diplomats or musicians, maybe even a president. They need a champion in Washington.